Hello everyone, and welcome back to another edition of Indexer Office Hours. Today is the 22nd of April, and it is Indexer Office Hours 204. Crazy that we have crossed the 200 mark. It is incredible to have all of you here every single week with us to talk about all that is IOH. Thank you, Juan, for posting the agenda in the chat there. So if anyone is new to Indexer Office Hours, this is the town square where graph ecosystem participants come together and discuss the most important and relevant topics for indexers. You know what I'm going to say next. If anyone wants to hit me with the GIF, that would be awesome. This is a conversation and we do love participation, so feel free to get involved in today's conversation via voice or text. Here we go. Yes, indeed. That is a very well practiced line right there. Just as a reminder, this is a session that's going to be recorded and posted onto public channels like YouTube. So as always, if you are concerned about privacy, please bear that in mind. And with that, let's get into today's exciting agenda. I'm going to be handing straight to Anna for our regularly scheduled Repo Watch section.
Thank you, Abel, and hello, everyone. Okay, so Repo Watch today, starting with execution layer clients. We have had a new release from 𝗟𝗂𝗂𝗧𝗏. This is 3.03, which is a mandatory update for Gnosis users ahead of the 𝗨𝗀𝗀𝗧𝗏 hard fork on April 30th. This addresses some critical RPC issues related to state synchronization on Polygon, along with various improvements and bug fixes. Again, immediate action is required to ensure proper functionality, and this is a critical release. If you've already updated this release, please let us know in the chat, and if you've come across any issues as well. Then we have a new release from Get. This is 1.15.9. So the Prague execution layer fork is set to activate on mainnet. I'm not going to read the block height, but this means that it will introduce essential EIPs that enhance functionality and security. Again, this is an immediate action required for fork activation. So you must prepare for this update and upgrade as soon as possible. Then we have a new update from Read. This is 1.3.12. which is a hotfix release that addresses a critical bug in the OpStack Isthmus hard fork by skipping validation of parent states for payloads. So all operators on OP Sepolia are advised to update promptly to do this the potential impact. And for everyone else, this is not mandatory. I see that Matthew says that he's upgraded to 3.02 𝗟𝗂𝗂𝗧𝗏, and everything seems okay. Thank you for that. We have a new release from Nethermind. This is 1.31.8, which includes a mandatory upgrade for Gnosis chain operators due to the upcoming 𝗨𝗀𝗀𝗧𝗏 hard fork. Again, critical bug fixes have been implemented, but the hard fork necessitates immediate attention for all node operators. We also have a new release from Arbitrum Nitro, so 3.5.6, which enhances batch poster behavior and provides new flags for gas limit control. So the validator image here includes additional scripts for better management. These are some significant improvements, but they are not critical for immediate operations. On Heimdall, we have new release 1.2.3, which includes several updates such as a patch for the Cosmos SDK, enhancements to the CI process, plus other code refactors. This is not a critical update, so upgrade in your own time. On the consensus layer client, we have a new release from Prism 6.0.0, which mandates updates to support the upcoming 𝗨𝗀𝗀𝗧𝗏 fork. Again, operators must update their Prism beacon node and validate their client to remain operational post-fork. with additional enhancements for the Light Client API. So mandatory update before May 7th. Yeah, same for Taco, same for Nimbus, and same for Lighthouse. And that is all I have for the repo watch. However, I do also have an announcement. This is a bittersweet announcement for me. This will be my last IOH on a regular basis, where I will be joining to do the repo watch as part of the GraphOps team. This is because I'll be moving on from my current role, and I'll be also taking a short break before going on to a new adventure. I just want to say major thank you to this whole community. I've really enjoyed collaborating with all of you and learning from you. And yeah, it don't have all of the right words, but it really feels like an amazing community. Now, from moving forward for Repo Watch, Carlos will be taking over from me. But I will still be part of the community as a delegator. And yeah, really thank you, everyone. And handing over to you, Juan, now.
Thanks, Anna. And I think everyone's thinking the same thing. So yeah, I'm gonna say it. We're gonna miss you a lot, Anna. Yeah, I know we've discussed this, so yeah, I'm at a loss for words, but you know what we all feel. Okay, getting into Protocol Watch, we have a few things to cover as always. First of all, forum governance. We have updates for all of the latest disputes. That includes 29, 30, 31, and 32. They are all closed. They have been, I think 29 was a draw, and 30, 31, and 32 have been accepted, so it's a slash. And there's new disputes, which are GDR 33 and 34, which are a little bit more tricky because they're essentially a dispute because of an indexer supposedly not having synced subgraphs that they closed with a POI, but apparently they did. They closed before having to do a maintenance on their DB and resync everything. So it's a little bit tricky, but we'll sort those and figure out what's the correct dispute resolution. Aside from that, for forum research, we have a new thread, which is the gateway production infrastructure, which is essentially a user asking about what would be the procedure for running a gateway and how can they make gateways easier to run for smaller gateway operations. It might be quite an interesting thread. It's just been started, so not a lot of comments yet, but if you're interested in anything gateway related, that's probably something that can be started to be discussed in the forums. Then we have a few updates for the contracts repository, nothing major, essentially integration testing for the subgraph service and some post-audit changes for Horizon, but that are non-solidity changes, so nothing that needs to be re-audited. And a small PR for implementing indexing agreements. For the network subgraphs, we don't have any new updates aside from the usual work that has been done towards supporting Horizon on the core network subgraph. And yeah, that's pretty much it. I see both Paka and Kate, so I'm not entirely sure who I'm going to be sending it to, but you guys can continue with Project Watch.
I think it's Kate, if I'm not mistaken, but Paka, feel free to jump in if you've got anything after Kate.
Got it. Yeah, we're both Pakas, I guess, at this point. Yeah. As far as our efforts to, we're Pakas. Yeah. Yes, we are a law firm, so we're very litigious. Be careful. Just for sharing the coordination info. Everything is still kind of as it stands previously. Again, thank you all for the support in working on these chains. We're continuing to work out the issues with the POI divergences for Chapel and Sepolia, hoping to have those resolved in the next few weeks so we can move forward in the process. Yeah, that's where we're at for the time being. Again, we're not moving forward with Near or Solana. So really the remaining chains that will be given rewards from this batch once they pass testing and governance would be Chapel and Ethereum Sepolia. Thanks so much. I don't know, Paka, you got anything to say, Paka?
I actually do. So
Oh,
funny
okay.
that it was mentioned. Yeah. Thanks, Kate. I'll take it away from you. So, draft node release. I know it's been requested. Yeah, exactly. Spider-Man meme. Don't have a tag release quite yet, but we do have a draft release. So we're planning on shipping likely today or tomorrow. So I'll share the alpha right now, chat. But other than that, I'll be back. Hope y'all are well. Also, we'll miss you, Anna.
Amazing. We got two for the price of one there. Both Packers sharing updates, which we love. Thank you, both of you. And just to extend a heartfelt message to Anna. Yeah, I mean, Anna's been with us every single IOH without fail. Absolutely great, like super grateful for all that you've done for IOH. One of the earliest people at GraphOps as well. We're going to miss you a lot, Anna, and thank you so much for all of your help so far. Yeah, appreciate you. Okay, so I now want to hand off to Matthew, who is going to take us into a discussion on the token API, if I'm not mistaken. So first of all, I'll try and take the first question here by saying, what on earth is token API for those who are uninitiated?
Yeah, so the token API is something that launched last month to give a kind of more standard interface that some developers are used to for asking about blockchain data. So in the graph, obviously we have a lot of subgraphs. Subgraphs, allow developers to custom build APIs for whatever application they want. But there are a whole bunch of applications that kind of require the same kind of basic stuff. And usually they're done with REST endpoints instead of GraphQL, although, maybe that's plus or minus, I don't know. But anyway, so Token API is available as a REST endpoint on the graph. And I just put a link to the docs so you can check it out. It also has AI integration. So if you have Claude Desktop or something like that, you can plug in the Token API and then you can start asking questions like, what is Vitalik's token balance on something? So the Token API basically has two parts. One is a REST endpoint, and one is so-called MCP endpoint. MCP endpoint being for your AI engine to plug into. So yes, that's available on the graph. It's currently beta, and it's beta because, well, it's just new and it doesn't cover all the endpoints that people typically would want from a token API. So, new features will be added on an ongoing basis. The next release will probably be within the next week or so. So watch out for that. You'll see a bunch of new features show up. So yeah, that's the quick answer to what is the token API.
Amazing. It does, yes, it does. Thank you so much for all of the context there. So now we want to open up for Q&A as it relates to token API. So folks, feel free to jump in and ask your questions. And of course, Matthew, if you'd like to add some additional context, feel free to as well.
For sure. I think for deep questions on how to use the token API and examples and demos, should refer to the Builders office hours. Etienne from the Pinax team has worked with Marcus, and they've done some demos there that have been recorded. So you can feel free to refer to those if you want more details on how people work with it and what it looks like to use an LLM and stuff. I'm not doing a whole demo today. So I just wanted to kind of bring awareness that this thing exists in case you're working with people in the rest of the world who are like, hey, you know, how can I interact with the graph? Here's a new way that you can explain that's available. We would love to get more feedback on what people like or dislike or features they want or missing or, you know, what are challenges, so that, you know, that can feed into the product team. So if you have suggestions, you can send them my way, or you can send them to BK, or you can send them to Giuliano, or just write them in the Discord token API channel. Any of those methodologies will get to the right place. So yeah, so we were looking for people to try it out, see how it works, see what features are missing, see what data quality issues are good or bad, see what the performance is, you know, try it out, try to break it. Yeah, what chains are covered and which ones are coming? Okay, there's a good question. So, okay, now you're challenging me because we can check the docs, because it does list the docs, which ones are covered. Off the top of my head, BSC, Arbitrum1, Polygon. What did I miss? Ethereum, obviously, mainnet. So there's 6 chains today. Unichain is the next one being added. And, you know, eventually maybe something like Solana, for example. So stay tuned. The priorities can be influenced by, you know, which people want to use which things. So speak up. So just because it's not there doesn't mean, you know, we're not thinking about it, or maybe we are. Maybe we are thinking about it, maybe we aren't. So please, you know, provide feedback on what you would like to see. So the goal is to support EVM chains to start, and then start adding non-EVM chains. So how does this compare to others in the market? I think you could say, you know, go back to my comment about why it's in beta. It's missing a whole lot of features, right? So this was just let's launch something and start the conversation, if you like, since we'd like to have the conversations here about what people like, don't like, what features they need. So let's, rather than, you know, build in secret for a year and then launch something, instead, let's build in public and get feedback as we go along. So it's, you know, lacking features, shall we say, is the biggest thing I would take away compared to other token APIs that exist. But the other thing is everything in the token API is, as we do in the graph, open source. So unlike you know, other proprietary token APIs, you know, those have a whole lot of secret sauce. In the graph world, it's built on Firehose and substreams and a ClickHouse database. So if anybody wanted to play with the tech stack, you could.
Amazing. Thank you so much. Appreciate you sharing that additional context. And yeah, it's always good to build in public and open source everything. So, you know, keen to see how this evolves and develops over time. Any questions, folks? I see Pili's already asked one and it's been answered. I asked one and it's been answered. Any additional questions, folks?
We're also very interested in pricing model. Currently, it's a very flat, you know, X dollars per million queries type model. In the future, that may not be the case. More expensive queries, if you like, will be priced at a higher level than the basic queries. Yeah, some sort of compute unit thing or whatever. TBD exactly what that looks like. Again, feedback welcome on how that should work. The challenge with compute units is, you know, that's sometimes complicated to explain. So it's a usability thing. But we do need to be able to charge different prices for different kinds of things. Because if you compare other ones, you'll see, you know, other providers do charge differentiated prices. Like if you use open, close, high, low, but sent that in the wrong order. But the open close data, depending on the time interval that you get it, the price is different. So we'll look at things like that. So again, feedback, open to it. Definitely want to feel free to play with it, and feel free to refer a friend. So as always, welcome for feedback. Put it in the graph.com or the Graph Discord. There is a token API in the builder section. When affiliate links, don't have an answer to that. You can provide that, or I can provide that feedback to Giuliano. So he'd be the guy to do that.
I think Paco wants to get paid for referring people.
Well, it's a reasonable suggestion for sure.
Definitely, yeah. We want to get those viral mechanisms going for sure.
Okay, Louis says work in progress already. All right, so somebody's working on it. Cool. So this is a collaboration between Streaming Fast, Binax, EdgeNode, and the Graph Foundation to bring this all to market. So a lot of different teams here collaborating together. All right, well, that's the updates. If there's no other questions, then that's it for me.
There you go. And I believe you did post the Jana posted the video, and then you also posted the link there. So I'm just gonna repost both so people have access. There you go.
Yeah, and the link to the docs is interactive. So once you get your access token, you can actually, put queries directly into the, use the docs interactively. So
very nice, very nice. Good, good DX play there. Very nice, very nice. Okay, wonderful. So yeah, you have all the relevant resources there, folks. So do check out the token API, and you know where to share all the relevant feedback. Thank you for that, Matthew, and yeah, looking forward to seeing how that evolves. Okay, so now we move on to the next section. I'm going to go ahead and share my screen because we have a network watch segment. So I'm going to go ahead and share the entire screen. Abel's presentation, indeed. So do let me know if you guys are looking at Discord Inception. Spider-Man meme again, exactly. You should see my Discord screen, and then if I navigate to the network watch slides, you should see them. I can't see the oh, let me get rid of this.
yes, we can see your network watch slide.
Fantastic. Thank you, sir, for confirming. Okay, so we have Network Watch again. Just to run folks through the presentation, I'm going to link it also because there's a bunch of there you go. A cool background. Thank you. Yeah, big fan of Steve Jobs. Yeah, he is an incredible thinker, and I think it's really cool that he's the background of the device that he helped create. I'm using a MacBook, and yeah, he's awesome. Big fan, big fan. I know Juan is not a fan of Apple if he's still here. So anyways, okay, so just going to quickly run through this. So everyone knows what Network Watch is, so I won't bore you with the details. I won't bore you with this. We're going to get straight into specific subgraphs that are having challenges. And we do have Mickey with us, and I believe I can't see the screen, but I believe we have a few other EdgeNode folks as well. So Mickey, if you want to go through some of these subgraphs and kind of take the lead on discussing them and how we can get some eyeballs. It looks like over here, this one is getting only some coverage from the upgrade indexer, but not so much from other indexers, despite having signals. So yeah, should we get straight into it?
Yeah, I'll actually defer to Mitch. He's going to be running this part of the show for us.
Amazing, amazing. So Mitch, without further ado, feel free to take it away.
Okay. Can you guys all hear me?
Yes, yeah, we can.
Okay. Awesome. Perfect. So yeah, so essentially these subgraph deployment IDs are basically subgraphs for the next few slides. They're subgraphs that we've had problems with, and these ones specifically, which these sushi swap ones, these ones had the upgrade indexer only indexing them, and we received a number of complaints from the sushi swap team about the data availability of these subgraphs. So essentially, it would be really good if we could get some additional indexes indexing them, just to improve the quality of service there. The same goes for these RealT subgraphs, but we actually received messages from them saying that they were delivering incorrect data. And so if we could get some more indexes on them, that would be good as well. We've since solved the problem with these, but just in general, it would be good to kind of get some more indexes on those as well. The revert ones on the next slide, these ones were affected due to an Edge node outage. And as a result, they basically all became unavailable and their front end went down. So that was kind of bad. And a whole bunch of their users couldn't use their dApp. So if these had more indexes on them, yeah, their users would have been able to withdraw and engage in their dApp. And yeah, I think some of these are working now properly. And I think also since then, some of them may have been removed or basically deleted. I'm not sure. But this is the list that I made. And at the time I made them, yeah, that was the situation. I'm sure some people are familiar with this. If you go to the next slide. Oh, sorry, the next one. Yeah. So this Uniswap subgraph, essentially this subgraph had an issue where I'm sure someone here is familiar with it, but basically there were a number of indexes that were unable to keep up with the chain head because the mapping was quite complex and it had quite a high number of entities and it wasn't very efficient. We spoke to them about trying to optimize this subgraph, and they were resistant to it. But eventually they did make some changes, and since then it has improved. But yeah, it would be really nice to get some more indexes indexing this as well. Next slide. The Aave subgraphs. These were down basically because they were solely being reliant on the upgrade indexer. And yeah, they reached out and said they're not working. And so since then, I think they're good. One of these might have been deleted as well. But yeah, likewise, it would be good to get some more indexes on them. And then this spooky swap subgraph, at the moment, currently, all current indexes are failing. So it would be nice if we could get some more on that as well. And then the very final slide here, these subgraphs, they aren't really causing any problems anymore, but in the last kind of week or two, they've all had complaints raised against them from users. And so it would be good also to get these, get some additional indexes on these as well. But yeah.
Amazing. So let's have a discussion about these subgraphs here. Seems like Matthew's got a question. So what is the query fee volume on these subgraphs? We're query fee focused. Too many Uniswap clones, we can reduce some. So any thoughts there, guys?
Yeah, I agree. There is a lot of Uniswap clones, but for example, that revert Uniswap one, that was the one they were mainly using for base, and that actually did have a significant number of queries, if I'm not wrong. And yeah, they were using it for their dApp. There are a few here, like I think some of the other revert ones, that they've since not used as much. But yeah, the main ones, so the Spooky Swap one, the Aave one, and the Revert Uniswap one and the Sushi Swap ones are pretty important. The Real T ones as well, because they specifically reached out to us and were quite upset. Yeah, that's important as well. The query fee volume, I'm not sure on them like individually, but I'm sure you can see on the Explorer. Do they all have Signal? No, they don't all have Signal. No, they don't. But for all of them, we asked them to put Signal on them. So yeah.
It seems like the sushi ones do have Signal, but for some reason aren't being supported by other indexes. So perhaps if that's something that you're looking for, Matthew, maybe might be worth starting with the sushi swap subgraphs. I'm not sure how much Signal there is on there. I mean, perhaps there's some digging that needs to be done, but yeah, in case you're interested in that, then I would recommend looking at that. Dashboards of problematic subgraphs per week of feed. Can you elaborate? Are you looking for a dashboard in relation to that there, Louis? Just yeah, keen to know more.
Yeah, or maybe just a feed or a way that we could keep track of that, or answer Matthew's question about query volume per, because I'm guessing these changes every day or every week or so. Yep.
Got it. Yeah, that could be interesting. I mean, I'm gonna funnel that to the Graphsia team to see if that's something they can track. So, yeah, we'll make a note of that and follow up on that. I mean, in the meantime, does the Edge team have any visibility into that right now, or is that something that's going to take some time to dig up right now for the conversation?
In terms of creating a dashboard of problematic subgraphs, is that what you mean?
I mean, sure, that would be awesome, but I was most thinking like getting that data right now for the purpose of this conversation for the subgraphs that we have listed here as problematic. Is that data that's like readily available? If not, then we can always you know, circle back on this, but I'm just curious if that's like easily accessible at the moment.
I don't know how easily it would be to access, like for the large number of subgraphs currently, but it's mainly because they all have different kind of issues. Like some just went down because there was only one or two indexes on them, and maybe one of the indexes was significantly behind chainhead, and so queries weren't being routed to that indexer. And then if the upgrade indexer was at chainhead and that went down, then that's when the subgraph would break. Other issues with the subgraphs might be like, yeah, it's too far behind chainhead, or simply there's just not enough redundancy that in the event of something going wrong, yeah, it would be unreliable. So I think maybe producing a dashboard would require like some way of checking or like running a query against every subgraph to make sure that it goes through the gateway properly and is like receiving valid data. Because then there's also the chance that the data could be just straight up wrong. And that happens quite a number of times where users come back and they say, hey, we're getting data, but the data is just incorrect for whatever reason. So there would have to be some kind of validation mechanism there.
Gotcha. I'm just gonna funnel that feedback to the Graphsia team right now. I'm just gonna make a note of that in the Slack channel, just so I don't forget. Just give me a second. And in the meantime, folks, feel free to ask more questions about these subgraphs here, because would be great to get more coverage on these ones here. Awesome. Yeah, it's one of those things where you just got to make sure you get that into Slack, otherwise it gets lost. So just message that to the team. So hopefully we can get that sorted. Okay, could the overall list be shared on Discord so we can all see? Yeah, okay, Mitch is gonna paste it into Discord as well. Yeah, thank you so much. And yeah, I mean, right now, if you just want to get quick access, there is the presentation here, which I believe everyone should see. But if you're having any challenges, oh, amazing. Oh, fantastic. Yeah. So he's just putting a TXT file there in the chat so folks can grab it. Thank you, Mitch. That's amazing. Yeah, fantastic. That's much easier. Cool. Any thoughts on these subgraphs? I mean, like, we're trying to get good coverage on these ones here. The whole purpose of this is to surface subgraphs that aren't getting the best QoS and get some indexes on it to kind of like help remedy the QoS of these subgraphs and stuff. So yeah, any folks, any of these subgraphs, additional ones that popped up from last couple of weeks? Perfect. Thank you, sir. Thank you. Anyone looking at these subgraphs, or anyone gonna start looking at them based on the conversation that we're having here? Any questions about these subgraphs? Very keen to have hash that out in the conversation, so we can get some progress on these things. I see Louis typing. Question here: any way to reach them, the devs, maybe and maybe help them fix it? Oh wow, nice. Seems like Louis is offering his hand in terms of subgraph support to the subgraph devs. Is there any way that he can get through to these guys? Mitch, I guess you're in somewhat contact with these guys and girls who've built these subgraphs. So yeah, maybe you've got any thoughts there?
Yeah. Yeah, I can add you to chats if you'd like to. Yeah, for sure, I can add you to some of the chats with them.
It seems like I may have put some words in Louis' mouth. Is that not what you were saying? I thought you were offering help to these guys and girls who have built these subgraphs. So maybe I misinterpreted what you wrote there. I think Derek Data Nexus was helping the Uniswap one. Exactly. Hilarious gif, Louis. That's funny. Yeah, I was hoping that Derek could be here. Derek's a fantastic addition to Network Watch. He's the voice of the subgraph dev and someone from the developer from the builders DAO, sorry, I should say, who's pretty useful. Anyone in the chat here who can perhaps maybe represent builders DAO? Anyone here who is quite intimately involved in that initiative? Would be great to get some representative from the subgraph side. That would be awesome. I think it was more an idea than an offer. Okay, I see. Sorry, that's hilarious. I guess I assumed there. Appreciate the clarification. We should probably get Derek Mitchell involved in these conversations, because I know that he's quite active in the Builders DAO and is always happy to put his hand up to help subgraph devs. So yeah, I'm happy to message Derek, or if you want, feel free to message him. I'm sure he'll be happy to help there, Mitch. Okay, let's see. I see a few people typing, so we'll wait for the questions to come through. We need to try to index all of them, and if we're able, we'll try to index all of them, and if we're able to, we'll allocate. Amazing! That's amazing. Thank you, Gemma from Luna Nova. Appreciate you. Good to see that this conversation is leading to some action there. Love to see that. Mitch is saying most of these subgraphs don't necessarily need dev work. It's more it is more so about just raising awareness as to which ones have actively been which ones users have actively been complaining about or having issues with. Yes, exactly. Yeah. So yeah, I mean, index of visibility is the key here. And it seems like it's working. Gemma's onto it, which is fantastic. It might be worth circling back on this in future IOH episodes, because I know that a few more indexers who are regularly here aren't here today. I'm thinking in particular about Mark Andre. I know that he likes to jump in on subgraphs that are mentioned in the Network Watch segment. So what I'll do is I'll leave these in the presentation so that the next time we come into Network Watch, we can refer back to them, make sure that all the folks are here, as well as Derek from Data Nexus 2, as well as new subgraphs that come into the picture between now and the 6th of May, which is the next time we do this in terms of the Network Watch. So yeah, I'll leave that to me in terms of getting the right folks in the room for that conversation as well. Yeah, I mean, would like to hear more questions and thoughts about these subgraphs here. So folks, feel free to fire away. Maybe Gemma, you can fire away with some questions that you have in regards to these subgraphs before you index them. Do you have any things you would like to ask or share with the EdgeNode folks while they're here? Not really, no. Okay. No worries. I guess it's very straightforward what needs to be done next. We will allocate to anything. Amazing. Good stuff. Any other folks? Luna Nova, yeah. Bullish. Yeah, thank you, Gemma, for helping. This is amazing. This is the benefit that we're trying to get from doing Network Watch. So good to see things are working. PinX folks, any thoughts on these subgraphs here? I think, if I'm not mistaken, it's Jonathan who's doing the indexing stuff, but I could be wrong. Matthew, please correct me. It's how. Okay, and he's not here at the moment. Yeah, we might have to loop back on this, because a lot of folks who are usually here are not here at the moment. So yeah, let's loop it back. Any thoughts though, Matthew? It's 1 a.m. Okay. So it's it's great when he is actually here, because it's very late. We appreciate. Is it pronounced how? Please correct me if I'm wrong. I hope I'm pronouncing. Yes. Okay. So we're very grateful for joining us at the times that he joins us, because yeah, that's a very late IOH meeting for him. We're very grateful. He's normally in Asia. Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, it's really tough to make these calls in Asia. I was in Asia for DevCon, and I found it quite difficult as well. I was hosting these things at a similar time at 1 a.m. every day. Every Tuesday. And it was quite tricky after a while. But we make it work. Okay, folks. Please fire away with questions, thoughts. Any other indexers here who have any thoughts? Would love to hear them. Perhaps maybe the InfraDAO folks. I see a few folks here. Maybe you want to chime in on POAP. Yes, of course. Let me just grab that for you. Remember, guys, it's always in the agenda. So if we ever forget to post it, just know that if you head to the agenda, it'll all be there. But what I'm going to do for you is I'm going to copy and paste it from the agenda here and share it. Boom, I beat you to it, Pilly. You see Pilly's typing. There you go. Awesome. You're welcome. So there it is. There you go. You got the mint window there as well. So we're well within that. So, it's about to open. So feel free to grab it just as we open up the window there. Yeah. Maybe InfraDAO guys and girls. Any other indexers here? Just having a look for folks. Any questions, thoughts on the subgraphs here? Would love to get some attention on them as well. Graphnauts, I see Ensun from Graphnauts. Any thoughts, Ensun? Keen to hear this. Want to make sure that we get a good amount of we get quite a nice amount of coverage from the Pinax team in terms of IOH. There's a lot of Pinax folks here, which we're very grateful for. This is amazing. And we also are grateful for the summaries that you guys do post IOH. They're really, really good. And if folks want a summary, I always point them to the Pinax ones because they're so detailed. So appreciate you guys. This is a conversation, and we do love participation. Thanks, Yana. Yeah, it is indeed correct. Yeah, that's the infamous saying. Amazing, amazing. Yeah, folks, feel free to keep going with the questions on the subgraphs. I do realize that like a lot of the usuals are no longer with us. So here you go. That's perfect timing. Oh, and he's left. I scared him away. That's hilarious. Maybe he was suspecting that I would call upon him, so he quickly got out. That's so funny. Oh no, I hope I don't scare people away when I call them out or ask them to speak on stage. That's really funny. That's really, really funny. Okay, well, we'll leave that for another time. Okay, we do. I mean, any other thoughts on any other bits of the topic? Any other parts of today's conversation, the token API stuff as well? We have a couple of minutes, so if you want to add any additional context on top of what you said earlier, Matthew, feel free to fire away. Because yeah, we've got an extra 10 minutes. Or if you guys want to add some additional context from the EdgeNode side in relation to any of these subgraphs, that'll be awesome. What I'll do is this is recorded, so I'll just forward this on to some indexes as well. Do we have any topics for next week? What people? Yeah, we do, but we can also be flexible. So any topics people are interested to hear more about for the upcoming IOH segments, always good to collect feedback from you guys and tailor these sessions towards you. So do let me know. We'd love to hear, and I'll obviously do my best to schedule the what you guys want to hear more of. So see a few people typing. We'll let the chats come through. Token API updates. Okay. Would you want to do a dedicated? Oh my God, that's hilarious. You guys are fast. You guys are fast. That's a great. We should sell these as t-shirts. Totally. IOH merch should be a thing. It really should be. Oh man, we love it. We love it. We love it. So seems like token API updates are a thing that people want. Do you think it makes sense to have a dedicated session to this, Matthew, in the future? Is that something you would make sense and something you'd be open to? Not really. Okay. I guess it makes sense more on the builder's office hours. Is that the case? Just confirming there. Oh wow, that's a nice video. That's a really cute GIF. Appreciate that. I mean, I can talk about token API, but yes, it's really for builders office hours. Yes, I agree. I think that makes a lot of sense. Not one for IOH. Not one for IOH as would be too technical, but but there is a super detailed description of what exactly tap, RAV, and query fee rebates work in terms of DB tables and everything. Just thought this would be a good place to ask. So would you like to ask that as a general question for the indexers? Is there one? Not there is one. Okay, we'd be happy to prepare something to present on that. Could get you in touch with your questions, please. Okay. Okay, seems like there's some chat here. Amazing, amazing. Yeah, happy to follow up on that in terms of a presentation. Is that something you want to present in IOH? Such palaver. That's a funny name. And then in the meantime, as Sacha Palava is writing, Louis looking for more just like updates on new chains being added in terms of the token API updates. So perhaps maybe Builder's office hours is going to be the best place to look for that, because it seems like that's kind of where things will be updated. Is that the? Please correct me if I'm wrong, though, Matthew. Just saying that it's a semiotic thing, and so if you have any questions, could come up with answers. Yeah, sure. I mean, what I'll do is I'll follow up with you in the DMs, and then if that's something people want to hear about, then yeah, it would be great to get a presentation on that from the semiotic folks as well. Is that something you would be working on, such Palava, in terms of presenting, or would you reckon someone else from semiotic would be presenting that? Let me know, just so I know who to reach out to. The team has changed completely recently, so we're happy to hear from people. Yeah, cool, awesome. Awesome. And let me know. Yeah, could be me or one of the other engineers. Okay, cool. Well, I'll DM you. I'll DM you either on Discord or Slack, and we can get that conversation going and schedule that in. Yeah, that would be amazing. I'm currently the tap lead. Okay, great. So then you'd be a really good person to talk to you on that as well. Okay, cool. Well, I'll DM you on that. Make sure that we get that followed up. Let's see. What else do we have here in the way of questions? We should have a session where when approaching token API on the network. Yeah, that's a good suggestion. Pili, appreciate that. Yeah, that makes sense. As this would be interesting for indexes, correct? Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. Cool. Let's see what else do we have in the way of questions. Matthew seems to be typing. I'm assuming he's gonna add context there as well as Pili's typing. Let me just DM such a blah blah. When Okay, I just messaged you such a palaver in the DMs on Discord, so we can follow up the conversation there. By the way, Token API uses substreams, so feel free to ask substreams questions. Okay, good. Substreams on the network soon. Yeah, I mean, first of all, do you want to share maybe some updates on substreams before like to inspire some questions maybe? Maybe substreams, maybe talk about when substreams are coming to the network or something like that. It seems like that's a question there. Matthew, do you want to add some additional context?
I have no idea. I'm not in the protocol team.
Okay, all good. Okay, so I guess you're just offering your hand to say, hey, do you guys have any substreams questions? Is that
I mean,
correct?
yeah, exactly. If people have substream questions, happy to answer. I've done multiple presentations on Firehose and substreams. You can do more.
Oh, amazing! Yeah.
The last one was about scaling your substreams infrastructure, if I remember the title. So, we can do more on other substreams related things.
Yeah, what do people want to hear about? Let's get some ideation going in the chat in terms of like what people would like to hear for presentations, and then maybe what I'll do is I'll reach out to you, Matthew, and then we can follow up on that and get that booked in for IOH. Would love infra I'm assuming that says that's meant to say diagram. Is that correct? How you've packaged.
Yeah, info diagram, like how it's connected. I mean, don't need to give away the special sauce, but just at a high level, that'd be kind of interesting. And maybe a lower level than Brunetti's. Yeah, mainly curious on the side of how you're connecting substreams or the graph stack into other stuff as a case study in productizing our tooling. Like,
Seems like Matthew's typing some additional context in the chat. Feel free to come onto the mic if that's easier. Oh yeah, okay. So yeah, that's the architecture there. Any thoughts, Packer?
I know that's cool. That's kind of the level of granularity I was hoping for. I don't need more detail than that, I guess. And then expose API layer on top of ClickHouse or and consumers magic.
Amazing. Thanks for sharing that, Matthew. Really appreciate that. Any thoughts on a future substreams uh um segment or presentation for the future? Would love to hear people's thoughts on what we could potentially do. Yeah, I know we're coming up on the hour, so just rapid fire if anyone has anything. Otherwise, I can always ideate with Matthew at a later date, and we can bring some stuff to the IOH to IOH at a later date. Oh, Matthew seems to have shared a screenshot. Do you want to share a bit more context on that, Matthew?
It's the database sizes for the existing token API. Oh, it's actually for the next release, actually.
Nice, we're getting some alpha here. Appreciate it. Alrighty, any final thoughts on any of the above? Alrighty, well, I will take this opportunity to say thank you to each and every one of you for joining us today for another edition of Index Office Hours. We'll definitely loop it back on the Network Watch. All good. We did a Network Watch segment, and we discussed Token API as well. We did also talk about some tacos as well. We had Taco Tuesday. Oh no. What I'll do is I'll link this presentation to you, Marc-Andre, from today's conversation. And what you can do is you can have a look at the subgraphs that we've listed there. And those are some problematic subgraphs in the final parts of the presentation. Have a look at them and let me know if have a look at them and check them out to see if there's anything there that you'd like to have a look at. We'd love to get your eyes on them as an indexer. We want to get some more attention. So yeah, go ahead and look at that, and yeah, have fun, and we'll bring it back again for the 6th of May Network Watch. Yeah, you'll listen to the recording anyways. Exactly. Yeah. So that'll have all the details. And again, yeah, just to echo what Pilly's saying in the chat, Anna, we really do appreciate you. You've been with us for a very long time, and we appreciate you being with us through the thick and thin. We're going to miss you loads, and I'm sure whatever thing that you get into next, you're going to absolutely kick ass, because you're awesome, and we appreciate you. Take care. Alrighty, thanks everyone. I see Anna's typing in the chat. We love and appreciate you. And thank you everyone for another wonderful edition of Index Office Hours. We do appreciate each and every one of you. And we look forward to seeing you guys again, same time next week at 5 p.m. UTC. Take care everyone. Have a wonderful week, and bye-bye.